Hi, this is Scott Parker from IMS Technology Services, and I'm here with Niko from Stretch Shapes, and we're going to discuss some of these interesting panels that look solid, but they're not. They're almost like trampolines for Barbies. So tell us about what this,
Sure.
This is scenery, right?
It is. We do scenic soft goods for backdrops for corporate meetings, product launches, and all those type of things. But in your intro, you actually made a really great point. Is it does look solid, right? Mm-hmm. And the illusion of stretch fabric is when you can get all of the wrinkles out of the material, because then it kind of looks like a plastic plate or something like that. But when you ship it down, it gets small and compact, and then you can just stretch it up and all the wrinkles disappear. So that's really the benefit of stretch fabric. A big sheet of stretch fabric, and we do slices out of it. We do it in different geometric patterns. We have hexagon triangles. These are called our bricks right here because it looks like a tall brick. And then it rigs onto pipe and base or truss systems. So a lot of people like the truss rigging because they have the truss back at their shop already.
Right, well, we have a lot of truss. What keeps these cuts from getting larger?
Yeah, that's a great question. So stretch fabric is essentially a ripstop type of material. So it's a warp knit weave, it's a cross fiber of materials, and then it's melted together. So you're able to slice and dice it, just like you could cut into the edge of one of our truss covers and get a clamp in. You can cut all through this material and it's not going to keep ripping.
But we have this little tab. What do you call these little tabs?
Sure, they're just essentially webbing loops. So this allows us to get onto box truss systems, and you can either use trick line, tie line, or even just a zip tie to get around that. And then we also make it with a pole pocket perimeter, so you could go onto something like pipe and base for just that kind of pop-up look with less kind of aluminum material.
Lovely. So we have these panels here, which this is actually when we close. Well, these are individual squares with these little tabs, and then they're put together with these basically sort of looks like carabiner key rings.
Right. We call those our gate rings, and they're a spring-loaded latch. So essentially this is a modular system that's meant for higher reuse, while this system down here is meant for just one size because it can't separate in and out. So when you buy a kind of a grid of these products, you could say organize a 10 by 10 into something like a 5 by 6 or something like that. So it's kind of a quick link that reconnects the materials together. So yeah.
With these, we're going to talk about printing in a second. These are probably available in an assortment of colors. So if I wanted to have a whole library of colors, we could do that, and we can put it together in any kind of pattern that we want.
Somebody just did a great install, which is on our website. It was kind of that like Plinko look with a game show with multiple different kind of colors put together. But you're right, we offer a multitude of colors. We do squares, triangles, and hexagon shapes of this wall in 2 by 2, 2.5 by 2.5, and then a big 4 by 4 size.
Excellent.
It's going to work with all your standard truss sizes because we're trying to work with the systems that you already have.
Terrific. So up here, we can see the bottom of this square right now. We have a corner and a middle and a corner, so we could really come up with any kind of pattern because these are all consistent in distance.
That's exactly right. You maintain that consistency, and this is one of our center fill panels right here. So a lot of customers will have the repeating backdrop experience and then a big fill panel that's branded with the customer's logo. Additionally, we can plop the logo over other panels as well.
Question: if we have a 10 by 10 truss square that we wanted to make into a projection surface, what are our options?
So we, if you're wanting to cover that completely, we offer something called a truss wrap projection screen, and essentially what that does is it covers the front face, the side 12-inch face, and then it wraps and connects on the inside dimension of the back. So it essentially looks like the entire truss kind of surface is connected, and then you can either hang that with span sets. We put slots in the top for span sets, or you could kind of anchor it down onto base plates.
So if we're front projecting it, it could be a borderless screen.
That's right. It could almost be completely bezel-free if you're front projecting it. If you're back projecting it, of course, it would have to be inside of that 12-inch face.